What if I told you that three of Africa's most landlocked nations, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, are joining forces to build the continent's largest railway project? A move that could rewrite West Africa's economic destiny. Welcome to our channel. If you're passionate about transformative infrastructure and Africa's rise, you're in the right place. But before we dive in, let's pause for a moment and truly appreciate the scale of what's happening. In 2025, three members of the Alliance of Sahel States, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, took a historic leap into the future. They launched a monumental railway network designed to connect their capital cities, Ouagadougou, Bamako, and Niamey, through a single, modern transport spine. Yet this isn't just about steel, tracks, and trains. It's about freedom, economic freedom. It's a strategic act of defiance against decades of isolation, dependency, and underdevelopment. These nations, often labeled by the world as poor or unstable, are now sending a bold message. We are building our own way forward. With no coastline, they've always struggled to move goods. Every shipment meant long waits, high costs, and reliance on foreign ports. This railway is their counterattack, a lifeline to connect the heart of the Sahel to itself. It promises faster cargo transport, safer travel, and stronger regional unity. But more than that, it will weave together economies, communities, and futures across three nations that share not just borders, but a shared vision of sovereignty. Now, let's zoom in on how this project is being built. The plan is bold. A corridor spanning 1,200 kilometers, linking capitals and major towns, turning forgotten regions into economic arteries. Villages along the route will connect to new central hubs, igniting local trade and reducing rural isolation. And who's stepping in to make it happen? The Islamic Development Bank, with a powerful €187.83 million investment. This funding will rehabilitate over 300 kilometers of roads and 61 kilometers of rail lines inside Burkina Faso alone. Not just money, but a chance to modernize decades-old infrastructure and breathe new life into an entire region. In short, this is more than a railway. It's a symbol of independence, integration, and transformation powered by the people of the Sahel. In a region shaped by harsh weather and unpredictable climate, one thing is clear: sustainability means survival. That's why the World Bank has invested $216 million to build climate-resilient railways strong enough to withstand floods, heat, and the toughest conditions. But this isn't just steel and cement, it's a story about people. For decades, West African nations traded more with distant continents than with each other, losing billions in potential growth. Now, through a single railway connecting Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, that's changing. Faster, cheaper transport will make it easier for farmers, miners, and manufacturers to move goods across borders. Trade will flow freely, cities will grow, and opportunities will reach even the most remote villages. Every track laid means new jobs, from engineers to construction workers. Each paycheck fuels local economies, turning economic infrastructure into social progress. Together, they're building more than a railway, they're connecting a new future. A future where the Sahel is no longer landlocked in isolation, but land-linked in opportunity. As promising as this railway sounds, the road ahead is anything but smooth. The Sahel region has long battled armed conflict, terrorism, and political instability, especially in northern Mali and parts of Burkina Faso. Ensuring the safety of construction crews, engineers, and future passengers is a constant challenge. If rail lines cross through unstable zones, delays and disruptions are almost inevitable. More investors, perhaps from the private sector or the African Development Bank, will need to step in to keep the project on track. Still, despite these challenges, the scale and ambition of this railway offer hope that the benefits may far outweigh the risks. Because every track laid isn't just a line of steel, it's a line of connection, linking economies, cultures, and futures. The dream of the Sahel Railway is bold, but the challenges are real. Governments are already working to secure key zones along the railway route, but in the Sahel, stability is never static, it's a moving target. And beyond funding lies another crucial gap: technical expertise. Building a modern railway isn't just about laying tracks. It demands advanced engineering, urban planning, environmental protection, and digital systems. Much of that expertise today comes from abroad, creating dependence on foreign contractors. That's why the project's long-term vision includes training local talent. Engineering schools in Ouagadougou, Niamey, and Bamako are partnering to prepare a new generation of African engineers. Professionals who will one day run, maintain, and expand this network themselves. Despite these hurdles, this project is far from a fantasy. It's becoming a blueprint for Africa's renewal. For too long, the continent's trade routes were built during the colonial era, designed to extract resources, not empower African economies. They pointed outward, to the coasts, to Europe, to the ports. But this railway asks a daring question. What if Africa turned inward and built connections between itself? By linking three landlocked nations, this project rejects fragmentation and embraces unity and self-reliance, and the idea is spreading. Plans are already being discussed to extend the line toward Côte d'Ivoire, Togo, and Ghana, linking the interior to the Atlantic coast. That means cotton, gold, livestock, and uranium could reach global markets faster, while imported goods like machinery and fuel flow inland more efficiently and sustainably. In short, this isn't just a railway. It's a revolution in motion, connecting the heart of Africa not only by steel and track, but by vision, courage, and hope. It's no exaggeration to say that the railway revival could become one of Africa's most powerful tools in the 21st century. Let's bring this vision down to earth, to the people it's meant to serve. With a working railway, that journey becomes a few hours. Less waste. More profit. More motivation to grow. Even simple things, visiting family, attending festivals, reconnecting with distant communities, become easier, ending decades of isolation. And for business owners, lower transport costs mean stronger competition, not just locally, but across borders. This is more than infrastructure, it's a movement, one that reflects a new confidence across Africa. For too long, infrastructure was designed to serve colonial interests: roads built for mines, ports for exports, railways to move resources outward. But today's projects are different. They are African-led, African-designed, and built for African needs. The Alliance of Sahel States, formed in 2023 by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, embodies that spirit. Their message is clear: regional unity, self-determination, and shared growth. And this railway is one of their boldest declarations yet. Because this isn't just about moving goods, it's about moving ideas, people, and hope. It's about building trust, cooperation, and pride. Yes, challenges remain. But the ambition behind this project is undeniable. This railway symbolizes a new chapter where Africa's future is written by its own hands, on its own terms.